Okay, so I wanted to give you a demonstration of putting these riv nuts or nutserts in. One thing I do is make sure they go in fairly easily. So this was drilled out with an M letter drill, and then I had to chamfer and deburr the holes to get the knurled part to fit in there. I was having trouble trying to do these freehand, but if I clamp this tab in the vise here, then I can put the insert in, and you want to screw the end of the thread so it's just sticking out past the end of the insert. You can adjust this mandrel in and out because you want to try to get the right amount of compression, and that's going to depend on how thick the sheet metal is. If you put that in there and then you want to hold this tip down, you don't really push down hard, but you want to keep it in contact. As that insert compresses, you want it to compress underneath the metal, not on top of the metal. Yeah, once you get it started, it's okay. And then give it a full pull, and then you can just come up here on top, and you can spin that out there and release it. We've got the compressed part on the back side of the sheet metal. Okay, I wanted to show you a few things I'm doing to make these fit a little better. So this clamp is going around the support tube on the SoftTop, and it's in the corner, and the canvas SoftTop basically wraps around that tube, and so these threaded inserts here stick up, and the canvas is coming down like my finger is there. So one thing I need to do is reduce the height of these. So with the hand tool, you can only compress these so far because you're just squeezing with your hands. You can probably see a slight difference. This side is right there, and this side is a little bit shorter. So what I've been doing is taking these in the vise here. I start right here, and I'm basically running around. I do almost a turn on the vise handle, and it scrunches that down just a little bit. And then one thing I notice is when you do that, it slightly deforms the threads. That's the other thing I'll do is put it in here, and then I run the tap in there. This is my block of wood, so I've got the two screw holes that screw into the threaded inserts, and then in the middle I left it full height, but on the sides I machined off about 2 millimeters or 80 thousandths of an inch, and that drops this down, so the threaded inserts drop down, and then it also makes it a little tighter fit on the tube. Yeah, so making a little more progress on these blocks that I'll be using with the conduit clamps. This is what I originally did, was I machined off about 2 millimeters here, 80 thousandths of an inch, to drop the cable clamp down a little bit, leaving the center part raised so that it grabs the tube here a little bit tighter. And then that also gave me a little bit of extra clearance here at the threaded insert. So you can see the length of the bolt there. I had cut these flush before I machined that off, and then I also, as I showed you, fully compressed these threaded inserts in a vise. And you can see I've gained a fair bit of length there. I was thinking what I really needed to do was angle this side. So you can see this one I just cut straight across, and this one I angled that down. What I did was I chucked this up in my milling machine, and I have the parallels in there to set the height, and what I did was just set this under the end to raise this up about 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters, and then I can shave that off at a slight angle. But you can see how much that gains me there. I've gained that much extra room because the more thread that's stuck out here means this height here is lower because the screws are in at the same point here, recessed in the bottom. I'm going to be able to cut off that much thread, and that just gives me more room around for the canvas SoftTop to wrap around here. Okay, I think that's going to work. I've got about a finger's worth of clearance on either side. This side will be right by the zipper, so probably won't be quite so bad. You know, it's not going to wear through the zipper if it moves around. But yeah, I think that'll work. And boy, that is, I mean, that's on there tight. Once you screw that down, it kind of stretches the clamp around the tube. Take this one out, I'll get them all painted. Yeah, I need to drill a little pilot hole here for the light brackets to screw onto. So stay tuned, we'll show you what these look like when I get them all finished up.